Previously on St. Elsewhere.
I know it was wrong for me to kill Peter. I know how special life is.
You don't remember me, Robin Baskins. I was in your graduating class at Penn.
Everybody has me pegged for a jerk. I mean, sure, I booted the pooch a couple times, but what's a guy got to do around here to get a second chance?
You want us to buy a hospital?
A health maintenance organization like yours could operate St. Eligius very profitably.
Victor, marry me.
Transport from Framingham. Have a couple of orderlies unload the wagon. Doctor in charge.
In there.
I'm going to prescribe nitro tabs.
What'll I use for dough? Deposit bottles? You don't look like a doctor to me. I want a specialist. I'm not budging until I see Mark Craig.
Dr. Craig doesn't do ER.
He will. For Robin Baskins, old friends, classmates, like this.
Yeah.
Dr. Morrison, McElroy State Police. I got a convict medical situation outside from Framingham.
The woman's prison.
Right. Sign her in? We called ahead.
Yeah, nobody told me. What's the problem?
Pelvic.
Could you narrow it down a little?
You're the doctor.
Yes, I am.
Hi, Jack.
Same old ER.
I'm gonna kill him.
Not if you know your medicine.
Listen to this. Dissolution of marriage, other and further relief, not to be less than 50%. Robert's suing me for half my medical degree.
Your ex is squeezing the Gucci, huh?
He claims he supported me through med school, so now he's entitled to half my future earnings. Know a decent lawyer?
That's a contradiction in
And
terms.
I thought the two of us would settle this like two civilized adults.
Don't tell me about civilized adults. I'm on renal rotation, Westfall's home turf. He pops me every chance he gets. I feel like I'm the only tin duck in his personal shooting gallery. I can't win.
Yeah, well, remember the great thing about rotation. Eventually, you rotate.
If I live that long.
So, you still staying at the Craigs?
I found an efficiency near BU. I move in tomorrow.
Well, I gotta find a lawyer. See ya.
I don't know any Perry Masons, but Cantina Italia on Hanover's a pretty good restaurant. Linguine and clams. Bottle of vino might loosen the capillaries. What do you think?
Smooth move. You wait until I'm vulnerable, then you pounce. I said no dates.
Just dinner, Jackie.
Forget it.
Mr. Kagan was admitted last night complaining of heartburn, epigastric pain, nausea, vomiting, and diaphoresis. In other words, angina.
EKG is normal, so are the x-rays.
Well, I've got him on an IV of nitro, but his chest pains persist.
Well, the problem may not be cardiac. What if you're looking at the wrong system?
For instance?
Gallbladder? Cholecystitis can mimic an MI. Explain why he's not responding.
You wouldn't be second-guessing Fiscus or Ehrlich.
I'm not second-guessing. It's a second opinion. I'm your supervisor. I gave you my objective take.
You're not objective where I'm concerned.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
You're still mad about Arthur Tibbetts.
No, although I asked you to discharge the man and you took it upon...
Since I was a med student, you've had an attitude.
No, you're the one with the problem.
Oh, you're so convinced you're right.
Well, prove me wrong.
I will.
Fine. Dream on.
So it's final. The city sold the hospital to Magna Fujiyama Incorporated?
Let's hope they're not located down the river.
Comes when the new owners are going to show up.
I'm anxious to meet this mysterious health maintenance organization that bought St. Eligius sight unseen. I have some swampland in Marshfield I try now on.
And Mark's the only one that's spoken with them, right?
Yeah. We ought to have a blue ribbon ceremony when this place changes hands. Have some bathtub gin I've been saving for a special occasion. Speaking of which, Shirley Daniels turned up this morning on schedule.
Yeah, I know. We agreed to treat her, but let's keep this thing low profile, all right? In and out.
Mum's the word.
No bear claws? You call yourself a nursing staff.
Victor, have you seen my husband?
No, I haven't, but let me say, Mr. Craig, you're looking delicious as a bonbon
We're
today.
supposed to have lunch. If you do see Dr. Craig, I'll be in his office.
I'll tell him.
Victor, heard about you and Lucy. Congratulations.
Whatever you heard, it's not true.
Oh, come on, getting married? Golly. Hey, nice color. What'd you do, go scuba diving?
No, we are not husband and wife, okay? No esposa.
Oh, come on. Don't you try to stonewall me. You know who just got admitted to the hospital? You'll never guess.
Shirley Daniels. Real scoop, Elliot. Real hot scoop.
Dr. Gia, you know who was just admitted to the hospital? Shirley Daniels.
So?
You know Shirley Daniels? She shot Peter White.
Shirley Daniels, Peter White.
Never mind.
It cost us a lot of money to find out you have chronic, stable angina.
I told you.
After I ran the tests. Ever since that night in the Hooskow, I've been half expecting you to show up with your hand out.
You meet such interesting people in the city jail. Real cross-section. Yeah, the doctor already gave me a nitro prescription.
That's for a lice bath, dermisand, and a clean set of clothes. First floor delousing. Exterminate some of the urban wildlife who made you their personal park. You know, all you really need is a decent diet and a clean place to live. Start taking multis with your meals.
Oh, sure. Maybe I'll join a health club.
Everyone goes through hard times. Stop sucking on the Tokay nipple. Pull yourself together. You're a disgrace to Sigma Chi. Here, buy yourself some vitamins.
Thanks, Mark.
Wunderkind schmunderkind.
Abdominal pain in the right lower quad, temp 100.1, white count over 11,000. Let's get another temp, CBC with diff.
And an electrolyte panel.
You lost your appendix 2 years ago. I'd say this has all the earmarks of an ectopic pregnancy.
18 months in prison, nothing but female cons for miles. Your diagnostic talent is a bust, Boomer.
Right, well, we'll get you upstairs and we'll find out what the problem is.
Take your time. I'm in no hurry to go back.
You're in a lot of pain, huh?
I'm home.
Do you have the results of the decider scan I ordered for Mr. Kagan?
Just came in.
Yeah, right. Looks like we're on the right track. Okay, I'm gonna need a liver panel and set up an ultrasound, would you?
Okay. Did you notice how tan Victor and Lucy are?
Yeah, I figured they'd been basking on a neon beach, Trying to catch some artificial rays?
Those golden tones don't come from a sun lamp. You remember last week when they were gone? She said she was in Portsmouth, he said he was in Providence, and they both came back as brown as berries. Rumor has it they were in Cozumel.
Mexico? Why?
They eloped.
Tired, sore, and I gotta get back to work.
What do you do, Mr. Costa?
Fisherman. Got my own boat, but no health plan. I'd appreciate if you don't jack up my bill.
You sore here?
Yeah. Fish every day of the year, weather permitting. Except Good Friday.
Here?
Uh-huh.
What kind of schooner is she?
45-foot western rig. Called El Novo Mundo. The New World. Came here from Portugal when I was 4. Worked for my dad. He taught me to read the sky and look for signs.
Sounds like what I try to do. You may have a kidney infection. I'm gonna start you on gentamicin and antibiotic.
You gonna order a lot of expensive tests?
Not if I don't have to.
Good.
My feeling is we can get this cleared up quick and simple.
I trust a man who trusts his instincts. You got strong hands, too. Could have been a fisherman.
Some days I wish I was.
Couldn't lie there watching her suffer.
How are you feeling, Shirley?
A little dopey. Never been on this end of a Demerol depth charge before.
I talked to Dr. Turner, and she told me that your ectopic pregnancy turned out to be nothing more than a ruptured follicle cyst. So, little bed rest, you'll be back to your old self.
And my old cell.
I can't imagine what your life is like.
Prison's not like an Ida Lupino movie. Most of the women aren't animals. It's really not so bad. They let me work in the clinic sometimes. One teenage girl in prison when she was 7 months pregnant. I delivered her baby.
I was afraid that you would have become cynical and hard, but you're glowing.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back. St. Eligius Institutional Brown never looked better.
There are some regrets.
My only regret about shooting Peter White is that he didn't suffer enough. She probably never hurt anyone in her life, but she's dying slowly and in pain. World isn't fair, Helen. Someone should put her out of her misery.
Well, if you want anything, I'm here all day.
Thanks, but what I need you can't send through the mail. But you can tell McElroy the Magnificent I have to use the facilities. You should appreciate what a privilege it is to be able to get up and walk down the hall. When's the old gang coming by to visit me?
I'll put the word out.
Sorry about lunch. Just as well, though. That stuff on the steam table gets pretty crusty this time of day. Don't wait dinner. I'm expecting a call from Magna Fujiyama.
Fine. I'll see you tonight.
Ellen. Ellen. Ellen Harper. Prettiest girl at Penn.
Hello, Robin.
Helen, I'm putting Mr. Kagan in 3316 down for a pyrophosphate scan and then an angiogram. Did you set me up?
Well, yeah, but Dr. Chandler has him scheduled for sonar at 6.
Yes, I see that. Try for me earlier, would you? I'd like to beat him with a punch.
Do my best.
Come in.
You wanted to see me?
No. Joseph Costa. Your gentamicin dosage is too low for a man his size. He should be on 80 milligrams IV every 8 hours.
I know that, Dr. Westfall. His blood tests show an abnormal level of creatinine. I thought we should dosage down for now and avoid risking side effects.
Well, that's exactly why we have peak and trough tests, right? Why didn't you order them?
Mr. Costa has no insurance. I don't want to stratosphere his bill.
The patient's physical, not fiscal well-being is your concern, Doctor. By not spending the money, you're shortchanging his care.
Dr. Westfall, I really feel this is the right course of treatment. Mr. Costa has a minor kidney infection, which we can clear up.
You're hardly in a position to play hunches. Now, I want his medication brought up to standard levels and do a peak and trough.
If you say so.
I say so.
My God, I forgot the coffee pot.
A little distracted, are we?
Yeah, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Heard you had quite a honeymoon, huh? Mariachis in the moonlight. Still got that dreamy look in your eye, too.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I don't know how these stories get started.
Okay. Where's Kagan's chart?
Did you check the chart wheel?
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Well, it's right here, right under your nose. Oh. I guess I had it under C instead of K for Kagan.
I heard the snorkeling was great down there.
Bill, we didn't get married.
No, I'm happy for you, Lucy. Really, I am. Let's see. Liver panel came up with high outflows. Okay, probably an obstruction of the cystic duct.
Now, Vino has him down for an angiogram. He spiked a temp. He's not doing real well.
Give me an ultrasound right away.
Angiogram later?
Thank you.
Who is this guy Kagan anyway?
Just a patient who needs an accurate diagnosis, which is what he is not getting from Novino.
It isn't bad.
I hear the soup kitchen on 46th Street, Restaurant Row in New York, is tops. All the fancy places send their leftovers. Tough to get a table. Desserts might be a trifle rich.
Robin, how did we end up here?
Best in Boston.
No, I mean, what happened to you?
Oh, that. I got greedy. You've heard of this Blusky character.
On Wall Street. Insider trading deal.
I pulled a stunt like he did years ago. I had a successful brokerage firm, handled hostile takeover bids, collected huge commissions. Spread a little money around, got some inside dope. The SEC called it bribery.
Oh, my God.
I lost the business. My wife left me. Couldn't get work, drifted around, started to drink. Most of the men here have the same story.
But you're an exception to fall so far.
It could happen to anyone. I'm proof. What about you, prettiest girl at Penn?
After Candace Bergen.
In my opinion, you made Candace look like Charlie McCarthy.
You know, I broke up with Mark 3 times that summer. He's always been convinced that you were the cause. Now that I think of it, maybe you were.
Ever wonder what might have happened?
Yes.
Kim,
Philip, what can I do for you?
I got this patient, John Kagan.
Now, ultrasound shows he's got a bag full of stones, he's febrile, acute cholecystitis. He needs a cholecystectomy.
And then schedule surgery.
Well, I want to, but it's short notice and no one's available. I was wondering if you could do the honors.
Of course. How's tomorrow morning?
Great. I can do that.
It's my job. Thanks for springing me, Boomer.
I thought you might appreciate a change of scene.
Hey, how's Pete?
He's great. He's fake. He's really growing up. Did you know I remarried?
Oh, yeah? That's wonderful.
Her name's Joanne. We knew each other in Seattle.
Shirley!
Oh, a party. Oh, Jack, I'm touched. Elliot.
Shirley, baby, welcome back.
Glad to see ya.
Gee, you look good.
Thanks.
You drop some weight?
Yeah. No, I gotta go.
Hi.
Hi, Lucy. So, you two tied the knot.
Now, why would I want to marry Victor? I mean, half the time I want to drop kick him down the hall.
Watch it kill her. What I mean is Shirley knows the real me. We used to date.
We went out once.
Not even that. We ended up going out for dinner, remember?
When? On the cheek? Show you a scar. What scar?
No big deal. Ixnay on the Uding Shay.
Raining finally.
Hey, cut the cake.
Oh. Boston cream. My favorite. What's this?
My idea.
Always in good taste.
It's pretty funny. Who's this from?
Not me.
I brought the file.
Whose idea was this?
So, let's party. I'll do prison tricks. That's why you're all here, right? To gawk at the jailbird? Harry Houdini slipping shackles. Stop.
I'm done.
I'm a little rusty on my escape artist act. My friends. My good buds. Colleagues. Pals. Haven't heard word one from any of you creeps in 18 months.
Oh, hi. He's starting to come down like pitchforks. Did you get my note?
What on earth were you doing at Jesus' Light of the World mission?
Having dinner. I wanted to see how the homeless cope, especially now that winter's coming in.
I should take you to ER, have your stomach pumped, then up to the 6th floor for a psych consult.
I'm going to volunteer 1 day a week at the mission.
What's all this sudden interest in indigents?
Robin Baskins invited me.
I thought it was something like that.
We're privileged. We're fortunate. We should give. There, but for the grace of God.
Oh, speak for yourself. No way I'd ever end up like Baskins.
Anybody can have bad luck, Mark.
Bad luck doesn't make you a bum. That takes a fundamental character defect.
Don't be judgmental.
I don't know what you ever saw in him anyway.
Oh, Mark, he could teach you things about kindness and charity.
Oh, brother, spare me.
Mark, I had a beautiful experience tonight. And nothing you can say will spoil my mood.
Oh, great. Next, you'll be joining the Little Sisters of the Poor.
The gnocchi may be soggy, but I'm sure the wine's fine.
You look like a drowned puppy.
Well, I planned a spiffier presentation, geared more towards sweeping you off your feet. Witty repartee, conciliatory dinner. Even bought a new tie. You got a towel?
Come on in.
Try to drip in one place.
Why is this so late? Chandler bumped it. You two should get your signals straight.
Lucy, do you have a plastic bag? It's pouring out there.
Yes. Dr. Kim, I know you're on your way out, but would you mind taking a quick glance at this angio?
These look like high-grade obstructions.
Severe coronary artery disease.
What are you going to do?
Well, Mr. Kagan is still experiencing unstable angina.
He's probably going to need an emergency bypass. What's the name of your patient?
Kagan.
John Kagan?
Yes?
I'm operating on him tomorrow morning for cholecystitis. What's going on?
You're a little late. She's a surfboard now.
All set for another day of renal?
Westfall's still busting my chops.
Seth, you slept with his daughter. I might act the same way if I knew my baby girl had a one-nighter with a guy who didn't care.
That's Westfall's version. I like Liz. I didn't know who she was when I met her. I wouldn't have gone to bed with her if I'd known her last name.
You are such a piece of work.
Yeah, I know. I'm through with first name sex. From now on, only with people I care about. Still got Robert's picture out, huh?
I don't want to deny my marriage. It's an important part of my life.
Look, I'll give you a lift to work.
No, thanks. I'll take my own car. I don't want to be dependent on you for a ride home.
No problem.
I'd rather people didn't see us show up together. And I'd appreciate you not telling anyone.
Come on.
I don't want to end up on your concubine printout.
Jackie, I'm Mr. Discretion. I never talk.
Sure.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought we synergized last night.
I didn't sleep well.
Well, you never do. a new person.
I was thinking about all the women you've been with and the men they've been with, about sex and AIDS, how it's not a wonderful world to be suddenly single in, and how before last night I never slept with anyone but Robert.
You're kidding.
I told you, we're high school sweethearts.
Yeah, yeah, I know, but you didn't date other people? Didn't fool around?
Nope. I'm a very faithful person.
Oh, we like that. That's good stuff, huh? That's good stuff. Okay, I'll be right back, Barbara. Oh, Robin, good morning.
Hi, Ellen. The rain is slowing down.
Well, come on in. Just close the door behind you.
It's not every day I have an employment opportunity. It's quite a hike from the bus stop.
Yes.
So, this is Barbara.
Yes. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's okay, Barbara. It's okay. It's okay.
I got away with kids.
I'm so glad I ran into you yesterday. There are all kinds of odds and ends around here that I have to have done.
There's no accident. I went to St. Eligius to find you.
Why?
Ever since the night you bailed Mark out of jail, you've been on my mind. So now I've made the baby cry. What else can I do for you?
Let's see, you can start right there.
Hear about Shirley Daniels? She killed a roommate.
How did you know?
I have my sources. You're so far out of touch by that time you get the gossip, it's flashing on the Goodyear blimp. Boomer, we are laying odds.
She didn't do it.
Smart money's on joking 5 to 1.
No way.
We found her standing over the body.
You did?
Plus, she told Rosenthal to pull the plug in the old lady.
Where would Shirley get her hands on a syringe? Not to mention come on, somebody help me here.
Potassium chloride.
Right.
Elementary, my dear Watson. Shirley knows her way around the medicine cabinet.
But you're missing one clue, her M.O.
How so?
We all know that Shirley's forte is a 44.
Canceling each other's orders, competing for resources. This is not a 100-yard dash. You don't get a ribbon for coming in ahead of the other guy.
But I was right about the cholecystitis.
And I was right about his heart.
The point is to share information, not guard it. And by not taking Dr. Novino's diagnosis seriously, you could have jeopardized a patient's life and exposed me to a malpractice suit.
What about Mr. Kagan?
He needs a simple drainage as soon as possible.
What he needs is his gallbladder removed.
Shouldn't we deal with his heart first? Even a minor procedure is risky for a man with his acute coronary ischemia.
The infection is one of the stresses upon his heart. Once it's drained, his disease will be more manageable. We have no choice.
Last night during the murder, you didn't see anything.
No.
Did you hear anything?
Detective Zito, I told you, I was asleep. I woke up when she coded and the alarm went off. I got out of bed, hopped over to see if there was anything I could do.
Why?
Habit. I'm a nurse.
We're a nurse. What'd you do then?
She was already dead. She'd been hanging by a thread in the first place. I'm glad for her.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of.
Well, I guess we know where to find you.
Dr. Ashlander? Now I know what it takes for you to come by and visit.
Oh, Robin, you're a gem. You know, Mark bought that kit last summer, and I've been after him for weeks to put it together.
It's a pleasure. I used to build things for my daughter.
You didn't tell me that you had children.
Well, just Julia. My wife took her when the House of Cards collapsed. I haven't seen her since.
Where are they?
No idea. We don't keep in touch.
Oh.
Thanks a lot, Mrs. Craig. It's been a real lifesaver bunking here.
Well, you're certainly welcome. I hope your new place works out for you.
That should. That's gorgeous. Nifty joints and grooves.
Thanks. I still gotta do the fixtures and the wiring and put in a jacuzzi, but we'll get there.
I've been daydreaming about a place like this. Full scale, of course. 2-story, porch swing, collie, wife, couple of rugrats.
Oh, come on, you're young yet.
A bachelor life gets old fast.
I had one.
Sorry?
Nothing.
Well, back to work.
Oh, I'll get the door for you.
Beautiful day. The rain's washed everything.
As you can see, I have inserted the needle into Mr. Kagan's gallbladder, which will drain the pus. So, you and Lucy
No wedding bell blues, no shoes, no rice, no groom so nervous he answers twice.
just making whoopee as usual.
You got it. Why involve the state at this early stage?
Now, we flush the catheter.
He's gone into arrest.
Start CPR.
Give me 1 M80 stat. Set up the isopearl drape 1 to 1000.
What do you want?
I've been thinking all day about what you said. I was going to dance in with an assortment of excuses. You know the rap. Too many cases, not enough hours. The truth is, Cheryl, I never came and saw you at the prison because I was afraid.
And now you're not?
Maybe. I gotta know. Did you off that woman?
No. I saw the whole thing, though. From start to finish.
Seriously?
Maybe. But if I did, I'd never tell. Why should I send somebody to prison for doing good? That's what happened to me.
I've missed you, Cheryl.
Missed you, too? But I'll tell you, all those women locked up tight, playing hot, sweaty field hockey in the recreation yard, taking showers together, gets intense.
In what sense intense?
Well, when you're in prison, you get a lot less particular about where you cop your cuddles.
What are you doing?
We used to have a ball, remember, Wayne?
I always liked the way you could make lemonade out of a lemon.
I want to see your scars.
This is not a good idea.
Why not?
Well, why not? I'm a doctor. You're a prisoner. You're...
I'm chained.
You're chained.
HMO is sending someone up from Baltimore to take inventory.
I wonder what they've got in store for us. I mean, who would want to buy a pig in the poop like St. Eligius?
I told you. They think the South End will rise again. They've crunched the numbers and are convinced that we can be competitive with Boston General.
Yeah, but why would they only want to talk to you and not to Donald or me?
Because they want clarity, not a lot of sentimental teeth gnashing and fly-blown philosophy. Listen, There's nothing sinister about these people. They've promised to preserve the essential character of St. Eligius. Maybe we shouldn't hold them to their word.
I think she's the same. She hasn't changed one iota. Her behavior at the party was disgraceful.
No, she's vulnerable in a way that she wasn't before. She's more open.
I wonder if she killed her.
Hello? Yeah, as a matter of fact, he's right here. You.
Hello? What? I'm sorry? Who is this?
Boomer, what's up?
Nick Moats.
What about him?
It was Nick Moats. He just threatened me. And my family.
Feel spry and salty.
Well, your white count is falling. Temperature's down. Probably go home tomorrow.
Good. Been here too long.
Well, I wish you fair sailing and lots of good luck.
Thanks. This boy's a fine doctor. Real feel for his work. Should be proud of him.
I'll see you later.
I'll stop back by before you go.
You didn't increase the gentamicin dosage?
No, sir.
Gutsy on your part. Also irresponsible. You disobeyed my direct instructions. Worse than that, you deceived me. You told me you were going to do one thing and you did something else.
Yes, sir.
Well, luckily this time that your instincts were right. Look, Dr. Griffin, I was wrong in letting my personal feelings cloud my assessment of your work. You're talented.
I appreciate that, sir.
I just can't understand how such a good doctor can be such a lousy human being.
You heard about Mr. Kagan?
Yep. Feel terrible.
Yeah, me too. So busy worrying about trying to prove you wrong, I forgot about the patient.
The way we went at solving the problem became a game, an abstraction. We didn't actually do him any harm. I mean, he had a bad heart. He needed the procedure.
Sure, he'd have died anyway.
Competition versus cooperation. Which produces the best results? How far are you going tonight?
Well, I thought I'd do 5.
5? Don't even break a sweat.
Well, what'd you have in mind?
10.
You never last 10.
Bet?
Absolutely.
Well, this is where it all began. Right after Grandma's birthday party. Changed my life.
Hey, isn't this where you're supposed to do the carry me across the threshold?
You're right. Thank you for reminding me. Well.
Ow! I bruise easily.
You're too long. Wait a minute. There's only one way. The fireman carry.
Oh, God. Oh, the way we kept him guessing in the hospital, that was great. Oh, baby.
Come on, plant one right here. Besame mucho.
Hold it.
What?
Let's stop all this teasing around. Let's set the date.
You mean matrimonialize? Why not?
I love you. Victor, what are you doing?
Proposing? What does it look like? Will you?
you, too.
Ehrlich, is there something I should know about you?
I just want to see if they're getting cold.
No. They're very, very warm.
Fan mail from some flounder?
Phone number. Hotshot divorce lawyer.
I haven't seen you all day.
Surgery.
How'd it go?
We lost him. My hand is killing me. You?
I just said goodbye to this patient, Portuguese fisherman from Provincetown. Old-fashioned traditional values, nature and God and work, and real solid citizen. And got me thinking about how superficial my relationships have been. You're tense.
I've been thinking of strangling Robert all day. Oh. Right here. Yeah, that's amazing. You do have the touch.
That's what my patients say.
And your women. What do they say?
With women, my hands are my downfall. You know, the first meaning of manipulate is to work something with your hands.
So you are a manipulator.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. In every sense of the word. I know you don't trust me. And to tell you the truth, I've been a player so long, I don't even know if I'm pulling a number on you now. But I want to change.
Why are you telling me all this?
I like you. A lot. I mean, we could be good. I wasn't kidding this morning about looking for somebody faithful. I'm ready to start something serious, long term.
I'm still grieving for my marriage. The lawyer says the divorce is going to be bloody. I haven't been on my own since high school. Look, I had a really nice time with you last night. And I love the idea of falling in love. I'm just not ready to go steady.
Beautiful, isn't it?
What is this?
It's the dollhouse that you bought for Barbara. I hired Robin to do some odd jobs. He spent the whole afternoon building it.
What are we, the WPA? Pirelli, Peltrovich, and now Baskins? Employment for the downtrodden.
Didn't he do a lovely job?
Oh, for crying out loud, Ellen. I wanted to do this.
Yeah, you promise and promise, but nothing ever happens.
I suppose we eat in the kitchen,
Well, you were so late, Robin and I had to go ahead. You'll have to fend for yourself. Just check the freezer.
Hello, Mark. What are you still doing here?
I invited him to spend the night.
No way. This is not halfway house.
Maybe I should leave.
Good idea. Is that my shirt?
Relax, Mark. I'm going to buy him some clothes of his own tomorrow.
I'm a little down on my luck.
Oh, I know. Boy, do I know. The class wise ass was a Wall Street bad boy, And now you're on the Feed Me Express? Don't you have any place to stay?
Oh, sure. A cardboard condo in an alley downtown.
You want him to spend the night in a soggy appliance box?
I give up. One night. That's it.
Registered and understood.
Where are you going?
Outside. I'm used to sleeping on the sidewalk.
It's freezing out there.
I'll curl up under the dryer vent. You can run a load during the night. I'll be toasty.
Don't be silly. Now, the den is upstairs. You go on up there and make yourself comfortable.
If you insist.
Don't ultimatum me, Mark. I want him here.
Shirley?
Matt, cool your jets a sec. Boomer. Didn't think anyone was going to see me off.
I wanted to say goodbye. It was great to see you.
Like old times.
Yeah.
Absolutely golden. Better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Why are you so bitter?
I thought I was coming home. Thought people would understand. Forgive me. But I'm just an object of curiosity. Freak. All my friends assume I killed that old woman. No trial, no testimony, just guilty.
I'm sorry.
Come on, the wagon's waiting.
Wait. Hold on. Shirley, when you're in prison and somebody has it in for you, they say they're gonna get you. What do you? Has it happened to you?
Yeah.
And what do you do?
You whack them first. Take them out before they do you.
Right.
You know, sometimes, Jack, I imagine we're on the roof that night. You're talking to me. But instead of putting the gun down, this time I pull the trigger. Your brains explode. And then I put the gun in my mouth, and I pull the trigger again. And you and me, we're together for all eternity.
Why do you say things like that?
I just want you to know how much I've always cared about you.
Let's go.
You get the scum that raped you, Jack.
I will.